And welcome to another episode of Two Idiots Reading Comics. Today we are reading Phenomena and also remembering Jason David Frank, the Green Ranger. We literally ate lunch and just found out about his passing. So, sorry for the downer mood, but we'll just get into the episode. Thank you. And welcome to another episode of Two Idiots Reading Comics. My name's Ron Talmadge. That's David Davis
Jeez.
Crocker. And today, kind of a sad day now.
Yeah.
We recorded this month out of order, which is why you're getting it right before New Year's.
Yeah.
So we did this one after Scott Pilgrim and Hulk. That's why you're not hearing about this on Static Shock. But we just found out about Jason David Frank, Tommy Oliver of the Power Rangers. Just passed away.
Yeah. Within 30 minutes ago, they announced it.
If you've listened to the show, we were still back in the garage when we had that crazy hour 30 long episode about Power Rangers Volume 1.
Oh, yeah. That was within the first 50. That was definitely year one. That was
I know
a long time ago we started him.
I know he's most famous for being the Green Ranger. But one of the seasons me and Davis both love a lot is Dino Thunder, in which he played the mentor role in the Black Ranger. So needless to say, not doing so hot. Unfortunately, I don't know what website we read it off of. It was off Twitter, so take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah. This is literally just first responses, first intels coming out right now.
Yeah. Apparently, he lost his daughter last year, and then his wife filed for divorce, and so it's a suspected suicide. Not much to say about that. If you're struggling with anything like that, there is help out there.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking man, we're not trained professionals,
Not
but if we're your last hope, fucking message us. I don't care.
Just
suicide hotline is out there and all that.
Find happiness in anything and talk to people. I know it's easy to say, hard to do, but
yeah.
That's definitely not how somebody should go out in the world.
No. And I didn't think I was going to cry.
Dude, I didn't know how much that would hurt. 49 years old, gone. Fuck. That's definitely not how somebody should end it. Should leave this world.
No.
Pain like that. Enough to hurt your own self, to take yourself out of this world. That's not how it should end. Wow.
Fuck.
Didn't think we'd get that deep, but
I guess
he meant a lot to a lot of people, man. That's growing up. That's it. Mighty Morphin, Power Rangers. Anytime we read anything, Power Rangers, I imagined him. They even drew him. Kind of a little differently, but it was him. That was Jason David Frank in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Even in the comics, they used him, used his image.
He wasn't even he was on the original show, but he wasn't there originally. He was the sixth Ranger that came in halfway, and became the face of everything Power Rangers.
He was the Green Ranger, White Ranger, then he did
Red Ranger,
Red, Black,
and just a million other things.
Yeah.
If you wanted to get a reunion episode, he was always the first call.
Just a few years ago, he did the whole 25th anniversary Power Rangers show, where they brought back as many Power Rangers as they possibly could, and He was the face. He was leading it.
Yeah. So yeah.
Jeez.
We could keep talking about him, which I mean, definitely need to, but it's gonna be a sloppy episode if we do that.
Yeah.
So, I guess we could talk about this comic book that we had people read.
Yeah.
And God, it was already gonna be hard because this is the not fun part about this podcast is when you have creators you really like and you have to kind of badmouth stuff that you didn't like.
Yeah,
And then you just throw all this on top of it. It's just like
I'll take a shot for this one because I mean this is phenomenal by Brian Michael Bendis.
Mm-hmm.
He co-wrote this with Andre Lima Araujo, or Arau with the exclamation mark above it.
Yeah.
J-O. You got our editor, Charles Kochman.
You just call an accent mark an exclamation mark?
Yeah, an accent, not an exclamation mark. Dumbass Southern. Assistant editor, Jessica Gotts. Designer, Andrea Miller. And then a bunch of managing editors. So this is... He apparently wrote this with Abrams Comic Arts out of New York. Never heard of it.
Me neither.
I follow Brian Michael on Instagram and pretty much everything I have, and he's been pushing this pretty hard. I think the hardcover collected edition came out recently.
I don't even think they did floppies. I think they just Ed Brubaker talked about it. He's got him and a couple artists. They've just been putting out just straight graphic novels. In lieu, because like it's stuff that like they either didn't want to pitch or didn't get other people to buy.
Yeah.
Or the people didn't want to buy, and so they've just been putting it out. It's a well-established artist and a well-established writer, so they were just like, yeah, we can.
Well, I mean, right.
We can afford to put it out ourselves.
Yeah. I really
and
don't.
So I think that's what they did with this.
I do not hate the take of going straight to a collected edition.
No, I don't. That's
especially if it's hard covered. I mean, if you just don't. I mean, I know that's a lot of money to put into something that you don't have the proof of single issues. But at the same time, it's like we've talked about.
When you're at that point, you can sell it all off for reputation.
I mean, and that's why I picked it. That's why I suggested to read it.
And honestly, there's only like one thing about this book that I don't like, and it just kind of ruins the whole thing. The art is amazing. And I don't mind it being black and white.
No. I mean, we're in a post-apocalyptic world.
The story is there. Like, it definitely could be good. Honestly, it's literally just the dialogue.
The dialogue hurts.
Yeah.
Like, it almost is like a 5-year-old trying to tell a story.
It was like a 6-year-old ADD kid talking the entire time. And, I mean, interrupting each other more than normal. And
it just... You've got Cypher, Spike is the main character.
Yeah, who is a Cypher?
Cypher?
Cypher. I don't know.
It's Cyper. It's
Cypher.
Cypher. That's what I was saying. And it seems like neither one of them are good at talking to each other, but yet this whole world's based around storytelling to pay for things.
Yeah, which is...
But yet no one is good at telling stories.
No one's very good at communicating.
Yeah. So you get this weird on-off dialogue of, who are you talking about? Oh, I'm cross-talking over you to talk about something 10 pages ago that has nothing to do with the current situation we're in.
Yeah.
Or anything that's going to happen in front of this.
And it literally seems like he handed... It's like, all right, I wrote the story, they drew it, put the text bubbles in for you, and handed it to a 5-year-old to fill in the dialogue.
Yeah. It honestly took away a lot from this story. Yeah. Because when I was reading some of the text bubble, when Brian Michaels was posting about it, I read some of the text bubbles, and apparently he pulled the 4 good ones out of the story to grab your attention. But the artwork is amazing, especially being in black and white. It's just like there's detail to everything. Everybody looks really cool. Mm-hmm. Post-apocalyptic world. Don't know if it's Earth, whatever, but
There's definitely at least aliens.
Yeah, there's an event that has happened that has kind of almost looked like it's regressed,
Yeah.
like taking everybody backwards in time.
Which I guess could explain the dialogue, but still.
But and then you just sit here and just like, okay,
I don't understand what the fuck is going on.
yeah, it's like I finished the book and I'm just sitting there going, what?
I mean, I did chapter 1. Like, I tried to start prepping for this week on Monday. I read Scott Pilgrim on a Monday, then started Phenomena on Tuesday, finished chapter 1, and I didn't like it so much, I didn't start reading again until Friday.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I started
Because I
reading
kept
this.
just pushing it off.
Yeah, I try to read them all in one sitting, or at least maybe not one sitting, but at least one afternoon. That way I'm not pushing it any farther. And every time I thought about reading, like after I read the first little bit, I was just like, I have to go finish this now.
I mean, I literally...
Like, I have to go finish it.
I started cleaning my place. That's how much I was not looking forward to.
Yeah, I don't understand. Everything was set up so well.
Yeah.
It looked so cool and was moving, like, had this great idea, and then you just sit there and try to read it, and it's like, what happened? Like how do you anybody approve like that this was how it was going to be written?
I mean, I wasn't paying attention. Did they list an editor?
Yeah, oh yeah, there's an editor and an assistant editor.
Oh, well.
There's 2 editors. Well,
we're not going to call them out by name.
no, but I mean, you've got an editor, assistant editor, a designer, a managing editor, a production manager, and then I didn't like lettering Joshua Reed. That is somebody that should have credited. But I mean, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 managing / editorial entities involved.
I don't know.
I mean, all 5 of them approved this.
I don't know. I don't know their working situation. I would imagine they're like, that's Brian Michael Bendis. I'm not going to tell him.
That's why I suggested it. It was just like, yes, that's of course.
But yeah, like we said, had the landscape of a good story. It just did not. I don't know. Dialogue took away from it for sure.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, and again, I'm not going to get too. I'm not going to wait for it. Not going to look forward to it.
For sure not.
And it's really going to make me now, with a grain of salt, I'm really going to have to check what these great artists are putting out.
I've seen
artists are putting out, and
I went on Comixology and it had like a bunch of 5-star reviews, and I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah, I mean, you're sitting. It's like, of course, it's Brian Michael Bendis. Sure, let's go.
I don't. Maybe it was just us. Maybe it wasn't our taste. Maybe that's how kids reach it nowadays. I don't know.
Oh, jeez, I hope that's not where we're going in the world.
I don't know. But it's gonna be back to the old episodes lengthwise. I don't want to sit here and just bash this book over the head.
I mean, there's not much else to say about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
apparently I can't talk about the Green Ranger without crying. We had a segment where there was supposed to be a draft today. We completely forgot to say what we were drafting.
Well, what I was thinking is draft the Power Ranger shows.
Okay.
In honor of Jason.
And that's definitely going to be tough because we like the same core 3.
Well, I know, but, maybe not the shows, but.
No, we can do the shows.
Or the powers of the shows that you would like.
Or individual Rangers.
Ooh, I like that better.
Yeah.
We can do that.
We're actually going to have to paper, rock, scissors.
Jason's off the table.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
I mean, he's 5 Rangers. He's 5 Rangers, but he can't be on the
We're going to have to paper, rock, scissors for that one.
No, he is de facto number 1 on everybody's list.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay.
So we won't play that game. But so we're doing, what would that be? The characters of the show.
Yeah. Sad part is I'm not going to remember anybody's name. I just
like
this color from this show.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, de facto number 1. Jason Frank.
Yeah.
So I'll let you hit it off because I think I've got a few more than I might can grab a few more that you couldn't.
Oh, okay. I mean, OG Pink Ranger, Kim,
Yeah,
for more than just being cool Power Ranger.
yeah. I mean, there's yeah. That's Mighty Morphin. That's just was that Mighty
Yeah,
Morphin?
Mighty
Just
Morphin Power
yeah.
Rangers.
So I'm gonna go with you'll never. I'll hold that one off. Let's see. There was when what really was cool was there was the kid. He was the Blue Ranger.
Oh, in the Turbo movie?
The Turbo. Yeah. Like him being a kid.
He took over for Billy.
Yeah, I always liked that because it was like our age was watching it,
Yeah.
and it was really cool having that, having like an actual kid hanging out with all the older guys. So that'd be Blue Ranger, Turbo.
Yeah. All right, so mine's gonna be from Wild Force. I think is the one I'm thinking about. Yeah. The Yellow Ranger from Wild Force.
Oh,
I really liked her story arc where she always felt like she was the leader, and she kind of was.
Oh.
And she was like, I'm the leader of this. And then the Red Ranger was like some dude that wandered out of nowhere.
Yeah, because he was.
And they found out he was like a chosen one or something.
Yeah, he was.
It's been forever
like the
since I
Red
watched
Ranger was on the island that actually had the powers,
Mm-hmm.
and so he like grew up as like almost like a Tarzan.
Yeah.
And then when the Zordon, but it was a
woman, yeah.
Decided to get the group together. Like she approached the Yellow Ranger, or I think it was like approached the Yellow Ranger first.
Yeah.
It was like, we need you to get the group,
To
like
like,
get every
be
like,
the
like
leader.
come and then all of a sudden it's like she gets there, she gets the Yellow Ranger,
Yeah.
and you're sitting there going, who's gonna be like? Because Red's usually the de facto leader,
and it was just one of those where like she had to go the whole story arc of her having to accept her role and become of like I was supposed to be the leader. It's kind of like the Raphael and the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
She's like I was supposed to be the leader, but he ended up being the chosen one.
Yeah, so it's
Stuff
like,
like
oh
that.
shit, all right, now fine, we have to let him be the leader.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stick in Wild Force 2. I'm going with the Gray Ranger, the Wolf.
Oh yeah.
Where he kind of like a Tommy Oliver.
Yeah.
He comes in as the evil guy, but he's not brainwashed. He like literally is just like, no, I want the powers. I want this control, and then he gets brought back to the good side.
I get a feeling there's gonna be a bunch of evil Six Rangers that turn good. It's always the best part. Of
Oh
the
yeah,
season.
it's yeah. That was Wild Force.
Yeah.
All right, next.
This one I'm gonna cheat a little. I'm gonna take a duo. I'm taking the Maroon and Navy
Bastard.
brothers from
Bastard.
Ninja Storm.
Damn it.
The first, as far as I can remember, is the first time it was an evil duo.
What was it? Maroon and Navy, right?
It was like Maroon and Navy, the brothers who turned good, who looked nothing like each other.
No.
I'm pretty sure one was like white bread white, and then the other
yeah,
one
it
was like Hawaiian
white bread,
Asian.
Yeah. It was like white bread white.
Yeah, and they were like evil brothers, and they had cool. Like one was like a beetle, and I forget what the other one was.
I think they were both Beatles, just different Beatles.
Yeah.
Like one was the Beatles with the big pincer,
Yeah,
and
the
the
other
other
one was
one
like
was
the-
the
like a hair cross.
the horn. Yeah,
Yeah.
the horn, the rhino beetle.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what they were.
yeah,
That show, I liked how they took like the wild, because that came after Wild Force.
Yeah.
I like how they took the Wild Force idea of animals being the Zord. Like, I mean, Mighty Morphin did it first with lions and shit, but like going out and actually finding more of them in the wild. Like, they're just trapped in something. I really loved, like, that's what got me to Wild Force was the idea of, they can go find more Zords.
Yeah.
Release them from their prisons and build them. And Ninja just took that and ran with it.
Yeah.
Bastard. That was a good one.
Yeah.
You're not big on Time Force like I was.
No.
But the Black and Red Ranger from the future. He was the lead. I'm pretty sure he never really was bad.
Yeah.
but he was like an asshole. And in the future, he was supposed to lead, like he was leading the Rangers, but they chose the Red Ranger to take the team back, or was leading the Rangers. I don't remember how it happened, but like the Black and Red was supposed to be the leader, was the leader. They gave it to the other guy. They went back in time and actually did all the events, and then he was just kind of left holding the bag, like, what the hell do I do now? And then he'd show up, and like when he would show up, it was like lightning would always come with him. He was always, I don't know, he was just always a badass, and just always was. He was to me, he was the leader over the other guy.
Yeah.
You want to do one more each?
That puts you only at 3, don't it?
Put you at 3 too.
Yeah.
You want to do 2 and 3?
We usually do 4.
Yeah. So do one more.
I got
each.
one. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I could easily pander here and go Jason or someone else from the original.
OG, yeah.
But I don't know, maybe it was because I was the son of a police officer, but I really liked SPD. Yeah. And the wolf dude that was like the commander.
Was he blue? Was that blue?
He was kind of like a bluish gray.
Bluish gray? Yeah.
Yeah.
He was also one that, like, he thought he was going to get the role too, right?
No, he was like their commander, and they like kind of like pulled him back out of retirement or something like that.
Yeah,
because he was like him like outside of the Power Ranger suit. I think was like a wolf dog dude, or maybe it was his kid. I don't know. It's been a long time.
It's been it's been a long time for SPD.
But I know there was like a wolf looking dude who was like the commander in charge, and then I think he became like the dog ranger.
Cool. Yeah, SPD was kind of cool. And that was another one where, like, they were forming the group.
Space Police Department.
Yeah, and the kind of what you thought was going to be the lead guy got blue and didn't get red, but they let him kind of.
Oh yeah.
They let him be the de facto leader.
Yeah,
even though he didn't wear red.
It started out like their first little arc was like there was only 4.
Oh yeah.
And it was like yellow, green, pink, and blue. Blue is the leader. Yeah. And then they arrest the Red Ranger.
Yep.
And he flips and was like, fucking, I'll be the Red Ranger.
Yeah, and I'm glad, like, they did. It was like one of the weird ones where they actually kind of left where the Red wasn't the leader.
Yeah. So but he had to like work his way into it.
Like he actually had to prove himself even more.
Yeah.
My last is going to be the Green Ranger from Ninja. The nerd tech. The nerd tech. His arc was cool. It's like always behind the scenes. Never got any.
Was like dying to get out there.
And then finally they had this weird travel back in time. He got to see his mom, see like what she did. And, like she was actually could have been a Green Ranger. Yeah. And he got to find her power coin. I don't remember if they were power coins or
at least that's canon.
But Ninja's definitely up there with one of my.
Oh, it's one of the all time. I mean, that's one of the ones that they've gone back and done like 1,000 times, haven't they?
Oh yeah, there's I think it was one of the first like redos of like an old series, like because of course you had Mighty Morphin, then that group carried over.
I remember, I think it was
like they did technically like
it was either
two
Time
separate
Force or the Wizard one. I was like, all right, that's too much on a mount.
Wizards, man.
But they did that one like 1,000,000 times, and I was like, that's too much for me.
The Wizards, that might have been the first one that they like within the show they upped their powers and gave them new suits, but still had wizards. Yeah. But yeah, I think that was also at the time they were playing on the whole idea of Harry Potter. Like that was real close to that time frame.
Yeah,
and it went. I'm pretty sure it was Ninja, then that. And it was just like, y'all are literally riding around on brooms. and you have superpowers, but you're riding around on brooms.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'm done. Yeah. And I think I was like at that age where I was like getting out of like kid shit.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, I'm done. I need to find something else.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah. R.I.P. to the real Power Ranger. Like I said, if you're struggling with anything like that, depression, anything, just reach out.
Anybody, friend, coach, teacher,
podcasters,
just anybody that you have any modicum of respect for, just talk to them. Yeah. Anything. Just taking your own life is not the way to leave this world. There is good in it. It might not look like it day to day, but there's happiness in the world somewhere.
Yeah.
So
Somewhere. Yeah. Sorry for the downer episode. I mean, let's be honest. It's the week between Christmas and New Year's. No one's gonna listen to this. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hopefully a better year next year.
Yeah.
So
Always looking for the new year.
yeah. 2023.
Midnight, the clock resets itself, and we all have a better year. Hasn't worked for
I don't
2
know.
years, but
I don't know what date this actually comes out on. So
it comes out on. No, I'm looking at it's got 27th.
Okay,
December.
so yeah.
So when we see y'all
4
next year,
days.
we'll be in the new year,
Yeah.
new life, new happiness.
Batman, White Knight, Harley Quinn.
Yes,
Don't know what we're doing the rest of the month yet,
Yeah.
but that's what we're doing.
we'll get to White Knight first.
Hopefully be cheerier next week.
Yeah.
We'll see ya.
Bye.
Bye.